Hello, hello. I welcome you. I will get started in about 10 minutes after everyone gets here and gets settled. So, if you're watching the replay, feel free to fast forward about 10 minutes. Otherwise, it'll just be some chatting back and forth with some people. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Dina. Okay, so hold on a second. I can't see your comments. I'm really close. I'm almost there. I'm loading it up. Okay. So, yes and no. I did not solve the problem. I'm using my phone now instead of that expensive webcam that I bought. I can use my phone because this video is for everybody. It's for anybody who's on YouTube. Wednesday nights is live open for everybody. Tuesdays and Thursdays is for you supporters only. The only way for me to make a video live for just supporters is to use a webcam and attach it to my computer, because the app for a mobile phone for YouTube is different than the actual YouTube platform via like a desktop, a laptop, being online using an actual PC. So using an actual PC, when I start a live or I schedule one, I have the option to make it for supporters only at a certain tier and up. If I start a live with my phone, I don't have that option. So I could keep doing lives every night with this great clear picture using my phone, having a great, time. But I can't do it for supporters only if I use my phone, which is crazy. And then when for whatever reason last night, that webcam, and I think it's like a whole slew of things, but it is really complicated. It's really irritating. I don't know. It's okay. We're gonna try again tomorrow night, and all we can do is keep trying and see which nights will work for us and which won't. Until the new webcam gets here, and then we have to start all over again. Look, I washed my brushes. La, 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 look at, they're still wet, but I washed them. It is frustrating, and I know you guys say like, don't worry, but I do worry. I want to fulfill the commitment, to your monthly subscriptions, and I'm already bad enough at it. I do not need technology working against me. Hi, Pam. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily fixed yet, but we're just going to keep going till we can't. So I'm glad you could be here tonight at least. I did bring this over to show you guys because I don't think I've shown it to you on camera yet. And of course you saw it, on YouTube or Facebook, but we can chat about it this way if you have any questions. That's right, Pam. You are so right. I have other dry brushes. I'm going to dry brush. That's it. That's all there is to it. Couple more minutes. How's everyone doing the middle of the week? Anybody doing anything fun? It's been a good week. Yes, hooray. Okay, Lisa, so maybe you can tell us without getting into too much trouble, and this is not political, this is not anything else, okay? Okay? No politics. Okay? None of that. But Lisa, should we, maybe I should just ask you in private. What do you think about the vaccine for COVID-19, Lisa? An additional holiday? What does that mean, Pam? You guys, Lisa is a scientist. I do not know her official title, but she is one of the people who has been working behind the scenes on how to combat COVID-19, and we're thankful for any of her personal, professional input. I'm thankful. Lisa says, get it. That's what we're leaning towards. Oh, I see what you're saying, Pam. I thought like your company, like people who were visiting company, but I see the company that you work for. That's so awesome. Paid days off are the best. I know that my husband is a manager of an Albertsons. He's fairly high up, and when you get as high as he is, you cannot request holidays off. They will either give them to you or not, and you automatically get floating holidays. And so, but the only thing about floating holidays is you have to use them by the end of the year. So for the past few paychecks, he's been cashing in some of those floating holidays. So yeah, we've been paying some things down. It's been really nice. Thank you so much, Lisa. Seriously, you are awesome. Thanks for telling us. Thanks for telling me. Everyone else, you can do with that information what you will. I did not see the results yet. I haven't looked them up. I did see that they were distributing the vaccine. Okay, it's 7, so let's start. Woo! You want to do some art? I have been cranking out the art lately. I want to share a couple things I've been working on, and then I'm going to get to work on our like weekly project. So this is the journal that I just finished, and if you saw it before, and I did this with it, before I had decorated the pages, I was doing this, beep, 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 floating back, like, you know, folding back and forth. I obviously ended up taking some of those out because it was just too much to get done and I didn't really like some of those backgrounds and, you know, whatever. But here is my piece in person. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. So this was the image transfer. I did the exact same style as I showed you guys last week on the supporters live. So that live we did for supporters, where I did the image transfer, that's what these are. So this book utilizes those a lot. And I did some mark making and things like that. I'm going to flip through it fairly quickly because it is on YouTube and, well, I guess we are on YouTube. It is in my feed and you can, you know, send me questions or whatever. Check out the pictures on my website, the high-res photos, all that stuff. But so I'm just going to flip through it really quickly. This page is my #1 favorite, I think followed closely by this one. And this one, and I love this one. And then I have some duck canvas, duck cloth that I just wrapped it up with. Now I do plan on finishing, maybe not the cover, like the cover is fine, but I want to wrap a little piece of cloth around the binding so that people don't pull it too far apart. Yeah, so that's that guy. And I want to show you real quick my stamp carvings because they're so fun. So, hold on, I gotta read. Yes, you're so welcome, Dina. Thank you guys so much. I'm really glad you like it. The insects were fun because I was trying to figure out something to really pull all those tags together because they came from so many different artists and each one was so different and all the colors were really varied. So I chose to go with all neutrals as I was mark making and collaging, and then nature made sense. So I brought in, you know, some flowers and insects and things like that. I'm going to show you my stamp carving. So somebody did ask me, Sherry asked me if I draw my images first, and I actually do. So some of them I draw and then I cut them out and redraw. Oh, no, I didn't toss it. I just forgot. I'm sorry. So Pam said, did I toss out the idea of a swap between patrons? I absolutely did not. I just forgot about it. So we can talk about that. Talk about swapping something between supporters, and then we'll see what we can do. I think that would be fun. But yeah, so I do sketch my drawings, well, the majority of them, not every single one. Like I didn't sketch the heart or the stripes. But if it has any type of like real recognizable shape, then I do sketch it first. This one I sketched, but I didn't cut it out because I decided to use a scrap piece that I had and I just redrew it completely. Where'd it go? Here, I'm gonna have to pull them out so we can see. And then so you can see like some of them I put more detail and thought into them ahead of time, and then it does change when I'm carving, you know, depending on how like how well the carving's going. So these I cut out completely and then traced them and redrew some of the details. This one I only cut out the top. This is today's, and you can see kind of how crazy my roots got. And they're not like that on the actual piece. I kept them, I trimmed them up a little bit. Again, this one I drew, but I didn't cut it out at all. So here, and you can see the shape of them too, which is really fun. And I'm really enjoying carving. And believe it or not, and I never thought I could, but I am carving each day. I'm carving each day. So, and I never thought that I would be able to keep up with that, but I'm already a third of the way through. So that's really exciting. Yeah, so here we go. Here's that. So here's why I didn't cut this out and trace it, because this was the size of the scrap, but it's the same thing. This was fairly fun to draw, and then it was nice to translate it. And I have some little scraps here. I don't keep every tiny scrap, but I think I might be able to make something fun out of these. I don't know. But I still have my huge blocks too, but okay, so I have these in order. Here's number 1. Number 2. This was the only one that I didn't make into a nice repeatable pattern, and I'll have to rethink that. This one repeats really well, and then it's really nice on its own too. Number 3. So it's love, float, layers, insect, bird, swirl, jungle, stripes, and together. And so I don't know if you saw my Instagram post, but it's basically just about the fact that we are in this together and we all stem from the same place. Seeds, eggs, we're all carbon-based life forms, and we need to stay together and we need to work together to get to the end. And so this is, I drew a seedling with a sprout of hope. Yeah, I love these carvings. They're fun. They're really varied this year, and I think it's really nice. Again, I have not ever completed a year, but I'm hoping to complete this year. This is my little bucket. My little carved December bucket. I love the seed pod too. Thank you. I might have to turn it into an actual rubber stamp. I don't know yet. We'll see. Oh, I set my project down on my wet brushes. Debbie says you can draw heavy in pencil and then transfer the pencil drawing to eraser with nail polish remover. You absolutely can do that. You can scribble on the back and then retrace the image. I just choose to cut them out and then transfer them that way because I like to draw in pencil and then I like to redraw with a Stabilo on my actual carving material. Probably not most of them, but I'm thinking the seed pod one would be really good at VLBS. Pam asks if we'll ever see the stamps at VLBS because I design stamps there. Yeah. But stamp carvings are so different than most of the actual stamps that I design. The insect probably. It is really nice. Like, I feel like I did him really well. But yeah, again, I just have to wait and see kind of what comes up and what I end up working on, all that jazz. Stencils are a great idea also. So, do you want to hear some more news? And maybe I should have just posted this as a community tab for you guys, for the supporters. I have a shipping notification for my new washi tape, and I think it's supposed to be here Friday. Friday! Right? So exciting. Okay, I love this project. I haven't said enough. I love it so much. It's so different. I know, it's so exciting. Because I haven't attached some of these because I was waiting for the washi tape to get here so I could use the washi tape in addition to the masking tape like I did on this guy. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Please, if you're enjoying the video, give it a like. You know, you guys can subscribe. You've already subscribed, but you can get notifications too if you click the little bell. I never remember to say that one. All right, let's see. What should we do? What should I do? I was all gung-ho to get here, and now that I'm here, I'm kind of like, meh, I could do a few things. I think I will put some of this on a couple of them. I love adding, like, having the addition of fibers. And then I also want to do a little stitching, so I need to rearrange so I can get to my stitching bucket. Do you guys have like buckets? I keep a lot of my, not a lot of my supplies, but things that I need to find on a regular basis, I keep in a bucket. That way I put it back in there when I'm done. And it actually works. It's like the only thing that works for me. Oh, I was looking for this earlier. It's not in a bucket, so I didn't know where it was. Okay, tape. Oh, there's another ink pad. Okay, I got my stitching bucket. So see, here's my stitching bucket. It has needles and some thread in it. And a giant jingle bell. Did you hear that? Look at this guy. He actually doesn't need to be in there. That was from a project I made last year, and I had a Friendsgiving, not Friendsgiving, a Friendmas, Christmas with friends, and like everybody made handmade gifts, and if there were 8 of us, we made 8, and everybody got one of everybody's. So I did a little weaving, and that was a bell that hung in the middle. Okay, got this, into some pieces and stitch it onto some tags. What do you guys think? What kind of, you'll have to remind me, what kind of swap do you want to do for supporters? I think it's a great idea. I really do. I'll totally participate. Should we set it up for January after everybody gets through the holidays? For stitching, I actually really like DMC floss. Yeah, I love it. I love the weight, their embroidery floss. I love the weight of it. It comes in a million different colors. It's so affordable. Yeah. And so, like, because it's affordable and comes in all those colors, you can have like a really nice variety at one time. Like, I have a lot because, you know, whatever, they're 40 cents a skein or something. So I'm going to stitch, but I'm not stitching this one, and here's what I'll tell you. Because with these dots here, when I lay this piece of duck cloth over it, the stripe that's on this cloth is so nice. It's such a nice juxtaposition to everything else that's going on this little tag that I am going to just glue it on. It's because if I stitch it, then I'll have extra markings. Even if I stitch through the line on there. I would still see it. So I am just going to glue this on with some gel medium. I'm going to try to go kind of light because I don't want it to be stuck all the way down. I want there to be some thickness from the fiber. And I'll stitch the next one. Your kids are, oh, they get a long holiday, hey? What if we start it in January and it has to mail sometime in February? Well, and Dina, with you, we're gonna need some extra time because you're in Australia. But I think everyone, well, except for Kirsty, because she does watches the replay, and she's in England, I think. I was just gonna say we'll need some extra time for you because you're in Australia and all the extra shipping. But that being said, some of the stuff has been taking a really long time to ship, even just from one state to the next here in the U.S. lately. It's been kind of crazy. Okay, so I've got my needle and I'm gonna get some DMC. So this is like a third of it that I have, and I actually inherited this from somebody else, and I know how lucky I am. The only hard part is that I actually don't use a lot of the colors often enough. I need to get them out more. I stick to the blacks and the grays and the off-whites. Which I don't really have any of because I've used them all. Oh, what is this? This is a brown, I think. Yeah, it doesn't look dark enough. Okay, so I don't have any black DMC right now, so I'm gonna get out my wax linen because it'll do something similar. Ooh, look at that! It has gold foil stuck to it. Whatever. I know you believe me. A long holiday. Our kids get 2 weeks. Maybe we shoot for February. What do we think about that? I know that I don't, like, I'm not bitching at all. I absolutely understand. And I'm thankful that our stuff just actually is actually arriving, even with all of the stuff that's going on. And now it's the holidays. Yeah, I'm just thankful for anything. Customers don't always understand, but okay. So I have to be aware that whatever I stitch on the front is not going to be what I get on the back. So I'm making an X on the front, kind of. Oh, I just realized it kind of got weird already, but making an X on the front. And so on the back, I tried to position my thread so that it was like two straight stitches. There. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then I'm actually going to pull this back through because I was obviously not paying attention. And I'm going to use this as a design element. I'm going to let these hang free, but I'm still going to tie them in a knot so that I have another sort of straight stitch here. So it's not the only thing. Like there's not only one up there. There. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Yeah, let's not worry about that right now, Dina. Let's go back to, somebody said tags or envelopes. What sounds good? Sorry, I had to grab my water. It's kind of warm in here tonight. iCads, ATCs. I couldn't figure out what was happening. Somehow I paused the show on the TV. I was like, why does it keep doing that? iCads is index cards. It actually stands for index card a day. But now it's kind of got this straight up meaning of index card. So you alter an index card, and then the idea is that for almost 2 months you do one index card a day, and it's just a like art in just do stuff. Like if to swap, you would spend a little more time on them, but the idea of iCAD is to not stress over making art and just make it. So you're trying to get one finished index card a day. And they just end up being what they be. They be what they be. I love this duck cloth. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure I got it at Hobby Lobby years ago, but I'm sure that it's still there because that's kind of how they roll. And so duck cloth is really similar to canvas. Like, in fact, I think I don't even know the difference. But it has... Oh, I dropped it. Oh, I really dropped it. Okay, I'm going to show you. Hold on. So it has a couple postmarks on it, not many at all, but then this gorgeous, like, handwriting. And it's so great. It's so beautiful. And then it makes like great journal covers and journal backings and all kinds of things. And then you can, like, you know, cut it up and turn it into pockets and all kinds of things. Oh, did I tell you guys that I found my stapler? P.S. Which is good, because I was missing it. It was in my toolbox, exactly where it should have been. Okay, so I think we've had more tags. So 3 people said tags, 2 said ATCs, 1 said iCAD, 1 said envelopes. Okay, so it looks like tags are winning, and I can make a poll too. On clearance, does that mean they're getting rid of it? I really love it. I'll make a poll about the swap. I'm so glad you brought it back up because I really had it just totally slipped my mind. And we can set it for sometime next year. However, what are we thinking as far as swapping, like one-on-one? Or if there's 8 of us participating, do we want to send out 8 tags and get 8 back? Otherwise, I can assign swap partners. Good idea, Doreen. Okay, let's see how many want to participate first. Yep, I get that. I hate what I just did there. That's funny. That's okay. Oh, here. I'm going to color the whole thing in. Oh, the whole thing is bad. Right? Yeah, nobody wants to make 75 tags. But I definitely don't have 75 supporters, and this would be supporters only, for the record. Also, it's kind of like supporters only show up to the lives in general. I'm still going to keep going with this free one on Wednesdays, but until I can figure out I'm sorry. I keep reading and then losing my train of thought. Until I can my new webcam gets here, are you guys opposed to me just going live using my phone, you know, even on supporter nights? That way we at least get our lives in, and it's kind of basically like you guys are just showing up anyways. I just don't like what's happening up there at all. I have to cover the whole thing up. I'm going to dry this. Now, I know for a fact that we have 2 international supporters also. So, are you guys opposed to including them in a swap? Hello, Days Between. Do you have a name you'd like me to call you? Or would you like me to stick with Days Between? Don't fret. We like all people, supporters or not. You're totally allowed to stay quiet. And I love that you're working along. I didn't have a plan tonight, so I do apologize if it seems all over the place. But I try to go live on Wednesdays for anybody. And this project specifically that I'm working on is only for this going live. And you know what? You're a supporter even if it's not a monetary contribution. And I am not just saying that to be cheesy. Yeah, I'll probably just stick with Days. I try to remember names, but it doesn't always work. But as I was saying, I'm totally not being cheesy. You're a supporter just by being here, truly. I just like to share. This tag is gross. I guess I'm allowed to mess up a few things, but that's all right. I got to fix. Done. How do you like that? Just cover it up. I'm just putting some gel medium on it and layering it right on top because that seriously was gross. It got way too grungy. I know, right? Nice fix. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't want to spend too much time on it and then never be happy with it. That's a thing too. And I am so thankful to you guys for helping me in the last year with all of our Patreon lives. And then, ooh, painting the whole thing black. I don't have any that are all black. That was a good idea too. Anyways, I'm sorry. I was saying that this past year has been really good for me as far as pushing my own limits and like not spending too much time on stuff, you know, just going with the flow, getting shit down, like being good about that. I have really, really been happy with that this year. So thank you for allowing me that opportunity. Oh, that's another one with just a straight line on it. It's so funny when that happens because then I don't want to stitch it. Ooh, but look at this. So these are when I rip the duck cloth, this is all of the strings from the weaves that come out on the side. So I'm going to use this and stitch this to this tag. But first I want to pull it apart. Sorry about that. That's my husband. I'm going to answer him really quick so he'll stop. Anyways, I like to pull these apart so they aren't so... there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. So it doesn't look so commercial, so industrialized. That's it. Because when they're all facing the exact same way, then it just looks like it's a ball of twine. But if I kind of scrunch it and pull it and scrunch it, yeah, look at how nice that is. William is like, he's on lunch and he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm live and every time you message it dings." So we'll see what he says. Oh yeah, okay. So again, every time I stitch on the front, it does something to the back. So I got to keep that in mind. I'm going to stitch it. Yeah. That's right. Okay. So I'm going to come up from the back. Oof. Maybe. I think I need to poke a hole first. Oh, I know. It's because there's 2 tags there. Shoot! Hold on. This is the toolbox I was talking about. It has some of my tools in it, but I'm going to my clear one for my awl because it's much pointier and gets the job done much quicker. Move my toolbox. Okay, let's do this thing. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we have some holes pre-done. Stick that back there. Come through. All right, and there is 1X. And there is 2. And I'm definitely not dense. Like, it does not look that great on the back, but the front looks really good now. So I'm happy with the front. Oh, there. Now the back looks better. Looks okay. And because it's wax linen thread, I can just leave these hang loose, because they're not going to pull out. That wax really keeps them in place. Yeah, that'll be all right. So then just kind of fluff this back up, and you can kind of see the hint of the stitches underneath. And the awl really helped poke those holes because it's really sharp at the tip. What else do we have? Now I want to paint the back of a tag all black. Thank you very much, Dina. All right. Let that dry. That'll be such a nice, like, interest point in the journal when you're flipping through the pages. And I can get out my giant Sharpie. And make a few little marks with it. I'm really sad too. I bought 4 so I could have them forever. This I had for 2 years. I got it when I was touring and teaching in Australia in 2018. I'm sorry, what does the raveling material look like on the back? I don't, you mean this? What does, oh, on black. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I can read. Like this? It's really nice. It pops out. It stands out really well. And then, you know, one of the other things, you can fake your stitching. So if I don't want to keep stitching through every single one of my tags, I can just take whatever I have on hand. Guess I'm still using this. Some black waxed linen. Thread my needle again. And I can just do fake stitching on this guy. And it doesn't have to actually hold anything in place. And then I can glue it down with gel medium the same I would have if it didn't have any fake stitching on it. Which is fun to do as well. Oh, I like that better anyways. Yeah, it does look real, right? Oh, I get, yeah. I mean, you're right. I totally stitched it. I just didn't use that as the connection point. It absolutely is real stitching. It's not a stamp or a drawing. And I really like that, so I'm gonna glue it down. And I love that there's this bit up top that doesn't have anything on it. Not a mark, not stitching. It's just nice and raw in that like vintage canvas color. There we go. Hoorah! I don't think I'm, well, whatever. We have about 15 minutes left. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. It's a good time to start conversation so we aren't trying to squeeze it in at the end. There we go. Looking good. Hi, Nancy. I did go to art school. It's kind of a loaded question. I went to the Art Institute of Colorado for industrial design. So yes, I went to art school, but I went to art school to learn how to design products for mass production and manufacturing. So all of the sort of design basics and things like that I knew ahead of time. I learned all those when I was doing fine arts through like grade school and junior high and high school and stuff. Goodbye, Dina. See you tomorrow night. I'm going to be here live on regular YouTube live, so I will see you tomorrow night. I'll find something else to work in besides this book. I'm not going to work in this book on that. We'll just save the book for when we get back to the supporters' lives, too. Nancy, where you been all night? Did you go to art school? Are you in art school? Are you thinking about going to art school? Do you have any questions about art school? I can talk about art school. That's cool. Do I like to design for Christmas? Do I like to design products for Christmas? Yes. Do I like to design, I don't know, you went to the Art Institute? That's awesome. Yeah, I like to design for Christmas. The nice thing about Christmas is that like people like to spend money at Christmas. So coming from a manufacturing point of view, it's a big money maker. Like people are really, really into buying Christmas stuff. Yeah. I really like to design classes for Christmas, like homemade decor type stuff. Um, I think that's always really fun to help people make something that they decorate their house with. I just haven't been able to do that for the last couple years. Hopefully, we get through everything that's going on now, and like I can get. I'm aiming to have a studio space in the future, so I'd like to be able to do that again there. Yeah, I like designing for Christmas. Do you? Do you like designing for Christmas? Do you like doing Christmas stuff, Christmas things? I'm not religious, so I guess I should say that also. I don't design for Christmas because I'm a Christian. I it's just the holiday that I grew up on, and I definitely do not discriminate towards other holidays. I did not decorate a tree this year. It's the second year in a row. I'm living with my in-laws while we save up to purchase our own home. Nancy, there's posts in the community tab on YouTube, and then also don't forget about our group. So I'll post in the DeeDee Catron group about that too. I promise you won't miss it, and I'll mention it a few times. Yeah. You know what? I love Halloween though. If I'm gonna pick like a holiday, I would much rather I put way more focus into Halloween. I think Halloween is friggin' best, man. Makes me happy. What did you make this year? Did we already talk about this? I kind of think we did, but maybe we didn't. Yeah, no, not the Patreon one. That one's gone since we canceled Patreon. Just go to Mixed Media Arts with DeeDee Catron and Unwow Studio. The bigger one. Let's see. Yes, that is correct, Nancy. Yeah, I've always made my kid's costume too. He loves it. He helps now. He's so much older. I mean, he kind of always helped in the past. Like, we made him a mummy one year, and we just ripped up a bunch of sheets, and then him and I sat on the kitchen floor and covered it all in coffee. It was really fun. He was tiny then. We did a box troll one year. Next year, we're doing the projectionist from Five Nights at Freddy's. Lots of work. I wasn't aware the older he got, the more elaborate they would become. A magazine tray? What tree? Magazine tree. What is that? Oh yeah, I don't know why I did that. I knew I wasn't gonna like it. That's not what I came here to do. That's gonna be my answer to everything now. Cover it in black. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, the cheesecloth. Thank you, Pam. I would love to see it. Do so. I have a group on Facebook. It's Mixed Media Arts with DeeDee Catron and Wow Studio, and it's a great place to stay in contact and see everything that's going on. I'm going to pause here on this project tonight before I get myself into any more trouble because I keep ending up not happy with what I'm doing. So we're going to pause here for the project itself. Is there anything else you'd like to chat about? There should be, I'm not, here, let me check. Oh no, I will update the description of this video and with that link. There'll be some other links there too, but I'll make sure it's in the description of this video as soon as I stop broadcasting. But if you guys are all right, I think this is a good place to stop. I'll be back tomorrow night. We're going to work on something else. I'm not 100% sure what yet, but I'll find something for us to work on. Or maybe I keep working on this because this is fun. Thank you, Doreen. Thanks, everybody. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed being here. I will chat with you all tomorrow. Consider becoming a supporter. I do more lives and other media inspiration for supporters. And I'm always glad to hang out with you guys. I'll see you soon. You too. Have a great night, you guys.